Alright, what's up YouTube? Today I've got a review for you of a Eureka, oh shit, it's an Electrolux. But it looks like a Eureka. But it says Electrolux, maybe because it's a Eureka Electrolux. As you know, Eureka and Electrolux somehow in 2006 became the same company. I'm not going to get into the politics of that. What I do want to talk about is the UltraOne. Now this is their high-end canister currently, and this is the canister that upon Googling on the web and at my store, I've seen it as high as $1,000 and as low as $500. So there's a giant price influx of how much this is sold for. My store sells it somewhere in between, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to talk more about why I think it's a funny vacuum, and maybe why you should or should not buy one. So first of all, I'm going to give it some props because it's fairly quiet. Now, you'll notice one thing off the bat. There is no power head shut off when it's in the upright position. And if we're going to examine the power head a little closer, this is the same as a Beam Q. I have a video of me disassembling one of these power heads. And there are some different things about this than maybe the Beam Q. The wand is a different color. The unit is a different color. The wheels, they're a clear rubber instead of a gray rubber. The brush roller is wood instead of wood. Well, actually there really aren't any differences. It's the same power head, but that same chintzy neck, guaranteed to give you problems at some point. They do give you a pretty nice bare floor tool. I do like these bare floor tools. Kind of old school, but they are nice. It's not going to scratch your floors, and it is going to pick up very well. It doesn't lock, and there's a little gap here, and it whistles. Now, I've had these come in my store where they have this, and there's no docking system. I have gotten them in where there is a docking system. So you're going to have to play the game of Electrolux roulette whether you're going to get a locking floor brush to your canister. So I guess now we're going to look at the bottom of this. And the first thing we're going to see is that it has Intertech markings straight out of China. And I have no problem with Chinese products, but this is a little on the pricey side. This is in Miele and Sibo and Recar territory and Simplicity territory, and maybe even a Desperate Rainbow Salesman or a real Arius Electrolux territory in terms of pricing. The caster doesn't seem to spin right. So after this video I must now inspect that and probably warranty it, or I might just have to leave it like that. So another thing that kind of differentiates it from other canisters in its price point is it still uses the two big wheels, which can cause it to caddy corner like that. Now on the base of this canister, I like this knob. I think this knob, it's got nice tactile feedback. I could sit here and turn this knob all day. But you're probably not going to do that. And that's going to adjust the suction. Now the other thing about this, it's got a flow gauge. I don't know if you can see, but it does have some sort of airflow. And it's working at my high altitude, which I like. The other thing I like about this is it has a rather nice Hepa filter, but it's exhausted in the back. These air vents are faux up top, so it's actually exhausted in the back. There's a nice button to press when you pull the filter off. So there's a muffler on the filter cover and the air. And you can see that there's some batting around the motor to make it quiet. I probably shouldn't be sticking my hand in there. There are live wires in there. But that I like, and this will probably get dirty in time, need to be cleaned out and washed, but until then. And they give you a standard Eureka HF1 HEPA filter, which these are widely available from any vacuum store, and you probably can buy them online. I have a heavy emphasis in buying from a local vacuum store and supporting your local business with this stuff in my videos, because I work at a local business and I think it's important to keep the local economy going, even if it's a $2 or $3 more. It will benefit everybody in the long run there. Now, going on to the front, you have this massive handle and the full swivel. So I love that. I love when vacuums put a full swivel. You have kind of a short hose. You have like a 5.5, 6 foot hose. 5.5 feet. It looks like it should be lit here or something with this clear plastic, but it's not. So again, this is not rubber, but this is rubber. This is rubber. This is all hard plastic here. So no true bumper. The back compartment is easy to open up, easy to close. I like that. It does stay open. We have here. Let's see if I can get this to. So there is a dusting brush that's hidden under here, which I cannot get to currently. We'll get that open here in a minute. You guys probably think I'm a moron, but it really is hard to get to. Now these are S-Clinic bags. They're available in several different shapes and sizes, and it's the same as a Eureka OX bag or B bag, just a cloth variant. You have a bag dock that's very, very strange. Let's see if you guys can see the bag dock. And it springs the opposite way most of them do, but it ensures a good seal. You have a wash. This is probably washable. It would be a special order for me to get in, so bag compartment. So again, very peculiar bag system. Now off camera I did a little investigating into this hump, and oh my gosh, there's a tool door there, but there's no tool in there. And it looks like Electrolux glued the tool door closed from the factory, and that the 3-in-1 tool does not come, at least in the US market. So I was like, there's a tool door there. Never thought anything of it. Was hot glued shut. Almost broke the vacuum getting to it. But there is a place to put your tool on board. Very strange. There's nothing on this side. So very strange feature. Little Easter egg, because I saw this mechanism and I was like, this must be an idiot. Well, it was glued shut. So that's the Easter egg on the Electrolux UltraOne, is there is a door right there for the tool that this machine does not come with. Instead, what is given, we're gonna, I guess it could fit in there, is a dusting brush, which pops right here in the handle, and a very strange crevice tool, holes through it, presumably to bleed suction, right there. So now that we've learned something interesting about the Electrolux, let's give it a particle test. We've got the particle tester here. We're going to turn it on. Then we're going to do the exhaust of the vacuum. It is very quiet. So we can see that this vacuum is filtering extremely well. In fact, I bet you it will blow a 0. And the dust that the meter is picking up is not from the filter, but from dust settled in my store from this sponge. So I bet you if we do this, which will make the machine a little louder. Zero. So, 2 hacks with your Electrolux. If we could call them hacks. 1, pull your foam out, it will filter better. These are there for noise reduction and dust collects on top of them from it just sitting around. So that's one way. And the other Easter egg is take a heat gun and loosen your hot glue so you have a tool storage in a compartment. So that being said, we're going to vacuum with this and see how well it vacuums. See how well it vacuums. We have sand and K-Pock here. This does have a height adjustment, 3 position, so that's something I like. Another quirky feature is there's 2 buttons for the wand. The head is definitely louder than the vacuum. I would definitely say it didn't quite deep clean like I wanted it to. I think it just doesn't go low enough for this rug actually, because it's still quite off the rug. But it did a decent job. It did better than a lot of vacuums. This power head is so quirky. The other thing with this short hose, if this had a longer hose, this would actually increase the handling of the machine. It's just such a flip machine. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to tug it towards the camera, and it just, as soon as you move this hose around, so this really makes it kind of awkward not being on casters. So I think a longer hose would give it more time, so you can just kind of park it in one place, do your house, and then move it. I don't think it's going to really move with you in that stuck wheel. So I would not recommend this for the price that they're asking now. If this was heavily discounted, I would definitely consider it, but I would still probably pick up the Miele in the same price point with the full-size power head. Or a real Electrolux, or anything else. It's better. It's better than a Kenmore maybe, but it's still a very expensive Chinese-made vacuum. As always, please like, subscribe, comment below on how much I'm right or I'm wrong.